How y'all doing? It's Dr. Charm, y'all, back with another review. I have been gone for a minute. I missed y'all, but now I'm back. I'm back. And I have decided to participate in the fuckery known as Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all, this is season 13, episode 3, The Tea is Served. But I can't believe that Atlanta has been on 13 seasons. I remember the first season with Nene and Sheree and Kim and all those girls. And I think the only one that's from the original season that's on this season right now is Sheree, y'all. Where's everybody going? Y'all know Nene is suing Bravo right now. Okay, I hope she get her coins, though. She said Andy is a racist child. So we'll see. We'll see what the courts say, honey. But let's talk about what's been going on this season. I mean, we've got we've got some older, some returning housewives, and then we've got some new folks. But we've got Kenya, and I'm so glad that Kenya has returned for this season. And so, y'all know Kenya is going through a divorce right now with Mark. She's saying that they're working everything out with custody and spousal support on the broadcast. But honey, the blogs are saying that not only is Mark fighting for spousal support, he is fighting for half of More Manor, y'all. He wants to cut of More Manor. So right now they are planning Brooklyn's 3rd birthday party. And so basically, honey, she has went and looked at a full venue, and they're saying the cost of a 3-year-old's birthday, y'all, is possibly $10,000 to $15,000 for the party. Okay, some of our weddings don't even cost that much, honey, but that's the life of luxury that she's living. And she says she doesn't expect for Mark to help out just because of the status of their relationship, but she went there with the party planner and everything. And I don't know about all this kind of stuff. The $10,000 party is really for her friends, because little Brooklyn ain't gonna remember anything. I don't remember my 3-year-old birthday party, and I'm sure Brooklyn ain't gonna remember hers. But they're renting it out. She's looking at venues. She's looking at decorations. She decided to do a tea party because Brooklyn likes to have tea. Moving on to Sheree. So Sheree is still in the gym, honey. Sheree's body is sick, okay? The one thing she gonna do is she gonna keep her body right. She's in the gym. She's, she's talking a little bit. Her and Marla met up at the gym, and Marla pretended like she was working out, but Sheree was the one really getting those workouts in. But she was talking about her son is working for Tyler Perry Studio. Shout out to him. And it's nice to kind of hear a little report about how the kids are doing, because I don't think they really featured the kids too much since Sheree has been back. And the real tea right now is that Sheree has been accused of not paying her assistant, okay? But add that on to a whole bunch of people that Sheree hasn't paid, because I don't know if y'all remember the headlines when, Chateau Sheree basically halted construction until Sheree was returning to the Real Housewife that she was invited back. So she owed on that. They said she had put assets in her mother's name and everything. So Sheree has a little laundry list of owing people coins. So are we really shocked about the assistant? Okay, are we? Marla wants some advice. She was asking Sheree for some advice about raising boys, since Sheree has a boy and Marlo is with the nephew. So they were kind of kicking in about that a little bit. And really, Marlo was coming with the tea about Sheree's not paying the assistant. Now, this is only known to Marlo because Drew and Sheree have the same assistant, and his name is Anthony, and he's out here blabbing him and blabbing all over town about their business. So Marlo was kind of shading the birthday party for the baby, because she basically said, like, okay, y'all got this $10,000 party going on, but we got our invites via text message, when Marlo personally sent her people to the doors and stuff to invite everybody. So they doing a little shade fest. That's what they do. It's all fun and all that. But she really was shading Kenya, talking about how when Kenya first got on Housewives, she was driving around in a white Range Rover that she had borrowed from Lisa Ray, and that she was living in the extended stay. She was down to the extended stay with a white refrigerator. What's wrong with a white refrigerator? Okay, I didn't have a white refrigerator too in my time. I mean, nowadays we got stainless steel, but yeah, you know what a white refrigerator is. But I mean, for people who have white refrigerators, I mean, are they supposed to be looked down upon? I mean, really? So they talking about Kenya staying at the extended stay. Well, honey, now Kenya is in More Manor. So So I don't think we need to be worried about the white refrigerator at the extended stay. But she had to do some shady stuff because she's a shady girl. Kandi and Todd, they seem to be getting on. They've got the 2 children, but they're having some business difficulties. They have some business difficulties going on. And then Todd admitted on camera that their sex life is basically trash. It's like he said it's trash and they having sex 2 to 3 times a week. I mean, if 2 to 3 times a week is trash for y'all, I mean, what is baseline? Are y'all doing it every day? I don't know, y'all, because I mean, I've heard of people not having sex for, once a month at a time, but he said 2 to 3 times a week is not acceptable for him. So, honey, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I guess so. Kandi probably a freak, y'all, because she got that bedroom candy and all them sex toys and vibrators and stuff. So, Todd probably, used to getting it all kind of ways. Which way is up? But basically, they're kind of having some professional struggles because, they were producing things together, and then Todd ended up producing something on his own, and he didn't want Kandi's name mentioned because he wanted attention on himself, because he feels like whenever they do a Kandi and Todd production, Kandi gets all the shine. And so I was kind of wondering when this was going to come up. I mean, that is always the risk when you're in a high-profile marriage where the woman has a more notoriety, more of a career than the man, and he's kind of been in more of a background role. Now, with Todd being on the show, he's now a household name, but it seems to have come up where, he was like, hey, I want to produce something that's all on my own. And I don't know how to feel about this, y'all. Is this the beginning of more problems between these two, more professional problems? I think it's great that they work together on projects because one of the biggest things in these Hollywood marriages is that these people, people are shooting movies and they're across town and they're across the country and they're spending 3 or 4 months apart. And how can you maintain a marriage like that? But, so I really thought that I appreciated the fact that Kandi and Todd actually worked together on their project. So I hope that they're able to work past this. I really do. Tanya got into some kind of car accident or something. And, this season we've got Tanya Richardson. She's an Olympic gold medalist from Jamaica. So she's making her way. She's making her way in there. So we're seeing how she fits in with these girls. But she got into a little fender bender. Y'all, Kenya's Tea Party. Kenya's Tea Party was a hot mess. First of all, honey, little Brooklyn, she's as cute as a button. She had to make an entrance, honey. If she wouldn't be Kenya's daughter if she didn't make an entrance. So she made a grand entrance. And this really, the question was, is this an adult party or a kid's party? Because all, the adults were all dressed in fascinators. They were dressed for tea and everything. Monietta, which was Neo's baby mother, she came to the party. She wasn't dressed up, which I thought was kind of tacky. But the rest of the girls were dressed real cute. And, the kids came, but they were starting to go in on one another and talk to one another. And the kids were running off playing. I thought little Brooklyn was supposed to be the focus of this, but apparently she was not. And so, they started talking about Kenya and Lisa Ray Range Rover. And Kenya said, I don't really know Lisa Ray like that. That I'm borrowing her car and everything. Marla, then they were talking about the Rolls Royce, and Marla was driving to use this, and Marla was like, no, that thing was fresh off the showroom floor. It's a brand new Rolls. And I mean, honey, I guess these little rich people fights, honey. I don't know nothing about that. But they arguing in front of the children. It's supposed to be a baby party. And they arguing and fussing and fighting. And then the little white girl that they had invited, they had one white girl, honey, she turned into a Karen. But I mean, I have got to leave. You all are arguing and fussing. This is not appropriate. But you know what? She did go Karen out, but she had a point. How y'all arguing and fussing and fighting at the kids' party, y'all? Really? But Karen got up and laughed, honey. And, the girls was like, well, she should have known being around these group of girls, something's going to jump out. So I guess Karen should have known better, or maybe they should have Kenya should have sent Karen a text warning her that, hey, my group of friends could get a little rowdy. But the real blow up was that they started talking about this whole thing with Sheree not paying her assistant. And Sheree said, well, this guy wasn't officially my assistant, so why should I pay him? I guess he was volunteering, y'all. Was he an intern? Anyway, so they start talking about that. And then they say, Sheree said another reason why she wasn't seeing it for him is because he'd be telling people business. And one of the ladies at the party was saying that the assistant was telling people Drew business, saying that Drew's husband was a homosexual, y'all. He was a homosexual. And you don't say stuff like that in Atlanta, okay? That's not cool. So before the lady could get the words out real good, honey, Drew was snapping. Drew was like, "What you talking about my husband? You talking about my husband gay? You talking about my husband gay?" And honey, she jumped all on the lady. But really, the lady was trying to tell her, "No, I didn't say your husband gay. Anthony, the assistant, is the one that was telling me and is going around telling people that your husband is gay." So Drew couldn't even hear that because all she heard was, "My husband gay." And people run around saying that. So, rightfully so. Drew's from Chicago, y'all. Okay, I live in Chicago too, honey. These Chicago girls, they don't play, honey. Them some rough girls, honey. They don't play. So Drew kind of jumped on her and everything, philosophically. I mean, not literally. She didn't physically jump on her, but she went off on her, and finally, she had to calm down because they were trying to say, "Drew, the lady is not saying that she's saying your husband is gay. She's saying that Anthony said that." And Drew is having all sorts of troubles with her husband. I guess they supposed to have a little lobster dinner, and it turned into a disaster. And they seem to have a lot of problems. And he seems to go off and, remember he went off to Florida or Tampa or whatever for 3 or 4 days, and she didn't know where he was and who he was with. Then after that, she saw something where he went and had drinks and had 2 drinks. And she was like, "Well, who did you have a drink with?" And he said it was his boys. So I don't know if they're doing this for television or whatever, but it just makes her husband look extremely unreliable and untrustworthy. So I really hope they get to the bottom of this because they got too many issues. And I love to see black love, and her husband is a tall drink of water, but he can't be disrespecting her on national TV like that. So she defended him, though. She ride or die. You supposed to ride or die, okay? So yeah, y'all, this episode, it's starting to pick up steam a little bit. Those girls, they're going to always be ready for some shade. But I sure miss Lanithia Leaks, honey. I miss Nene on the show. And I really wish that they could have gotten it together where she didn't have to go to the court of law on Bravo, y'all, because I really miss seeing Nene on the show. But hey, we've got LaTanya, we've got Kenya, we've got Marla, who has finally got her peach, y'all. I mean, she's been a friend to the show for how many years? Marla finally got a peach. And we've got Sheree. Sheree is back. And baby, Sheree is looking damn good, I must say. From the first season, 14 seasons ago, she still looks about the damn same body, face, everything. Sheree's looking good, and it's good to see Sheree back, and I'm glad Sheree is getting a little money put up in her pocket, and eventually we'll see the clothing line, I hope. But y'all, this was a great episode, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next Sunday. Next time, join me. I'll be back with another review. See you next time. This has been Dr. Charm. If you like it or if you don't like it, please let me know. Like, share, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.